Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ray McCloud to return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Here we go. 180! Hey, watch the slam. Slam. Watch safety green.
Going to run the toss here to Harris. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. Garoppolo. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And just shutting him off there. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right there in the middle. 55. Here we go. 11.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. And he's brought down. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
11 mighty.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
They gotta go.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by
Don't worry about it,
Chase.
baby.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, spaces at a premium, operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Alert 3. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
This is Scarborough. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Draw play here at Scarborough. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. 13. Watch the safety creep.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Short little throw to Ebron. Not much there, only a yard. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 9.
12, fellas, here we go. Check safety.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Garoppolo. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year with the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Go ahead.
A carry here for Holyfield. Running right through him. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Lock, lock, lock! 11, 11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And in for the Steelers. Benny Snell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Bengals nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's second and 10.
Drop deep, drop deep. Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Odd, odd, odd. 3 down, 3 down. Odd, odd. Thomas.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second and 10.
93's the mic. Better 12, 12, 12. You better bring.
Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. It's finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, can.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, it's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
11 MT tape. 11 mighty.
And Burrow going to throw again. He'll drop this one down to mix it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it.
Evan McPherson for the Bengals field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
He's checking. Crash. Switch.
11. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Mixon will try the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Now it's Burrow. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the man from nearby Columbus, Ohio, Benny Snell. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Hey, go.
2nd down. Again, they defer to Snell. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here we go.
Get your swerve on.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Gives to the first man through. Watt. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 63-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
11.
On first down, Nixon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 48-yard line.
On 1, ready?
Check Mike. Watch 55. Hey, let's get them home.
Hey, Ken.
Here's Burrow.
55. Hey, eat. Hey,
Open man is Chase, complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Here we go. Cut.
let's go.
180. 180.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 2-yard line.
57 to Mike. I can't believe they let you play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken it around the 40. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. McLeod now on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st down position at the 46-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Gun. Hey, can.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Right, 80. What is that?
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I hope he brought the record.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Nixon with a first down and more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop him with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
12.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzama. And he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with to go in the football game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. It's a squibber picked up. Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And the Bengals grab it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. McLeod now on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.